Haino hai joto no lamsoko ani o channel o tini ang norokni bagwi haino hai tubui faika class 11 ni CBSE NCERT Books Chapter 1 Unit and Measurement aro Introductions tongo 1.1 o jeng amono nailainai tini oro puilano tongo what is measurement measurement tamo hini so jeng je measure khlalaimani kaisa manui no sulaimani amo tamo hini sungo. Measurement means finding out how much of a physical quantity there is. The measurement gangai tamo nani ni thani wo kaisa table tongo nang table no sumani nang table no measure khaimani amno no measurement ba nini thani wo tui tongo ba petrol tongo amno no liter by measure khaimani a measurement no hino o jaga wo bujogo. Example o jeng naina thanga kai o jaga o jeng nuknai if you say a table is 2 meter long, you are comparing its length with 1 meter, the chosen standard length. Tungo jagao sana thang kai oro tam hin saka nini yago tabuk 2 meter long table tongo tei nung amono tam khai physics ni kaisa standard length ba standard measurement hini snamjak tongo a jagao meter no jeng 1 meter hini romo amono jeng bwskango teibo nailainai ngai oro tam hin saka 2 meter means the table is twice that standard length. Physics o kaisa standard length hini snamjak tongo a standard length wngkha 1 meter. Ngai nini o jaga o tabuk 2 meter tong tongo ngai o 2 no tamo o 1 meter je twice double wngwi thangmani. Double wngwi thangai no bwsuk 2 meter wngkha amono no o jaga o sao teibo jeng easy khai bujinai mo khai physics ni language. Tungro naikhangai when we say 2 meter, it means 2 into 1 meter. Tungro nukha nini yago 2 meter ni table tongkhangkai jeng 2 no into khainai bomo bai into khainai 1 meter ngke standard kaisa unit kaisa fixed namjak amo bai jeng 2 no into khairinai. When we say 10 second, it means 10 into 1 second kaisa standard measurements namjak tongo. Second hingkangkha ajaga 1 second hingnai. Gamono jeng 10 by into khairika hingkai jeng bwsung mannai 10 second 2 by 1 meter no jeng into khairika bwsung mannai 2 meter. Amo easy jeng tabuk nailainai measurement always has two parts. Measurement ni duita parts tongo hini sao a duita parts hingkai tamo a number a unit. Number te unit hini tongo. Number khai jengno tamosa how many times the unit is contained. O jaga o numbers khai jengno numbers riwo je o jaga o bwsuk numbers tong. Tabuk nang kaisa table suka 2 meter. A 2 meter ni a je 2 hingkangkai nung aro bwsuk tong kai 2. Duita tongo amo hai. Unit hingkangkai the fixed standard we compare with. Unit hingkangkai jeng nung tamo manui no nung tamo bai nung measure khlai tong amono meter khaio tangai hingkai nung tabuk nini table suma jagao meter o nung time sumani second theparika hingkai 2 meter ni jagao 2 second theparika hingkai amo goto gothok ba gothokya amo haino unit hingkangkai nung bo manui no bo unit bai nung measurement khlai tong amono sao. Next nailainai example jeng chini o jagao mangkha length 5 meter chini length lokmani 5 meter tongo hini so. Ngai a jagani 5 hingkangkai bo kaisa number ngai meter hingkai unit tasingje samani meter hingkai unit weight tabo hilikmani bwsuk 60 kilogram. 60 kilogram o 60 hingkangkai number ngai kilogram hingkai unit ngai o jagao meter tei kilogram tei second omo hairok hingkai unit o khopjaknai. Jeng next nainai what is a physical quantity? Physical quantity jeng tam no hin. Jeng physical quantity baksa ba saimano. Physical quantity hingkangkai a physical quantity is something we can measure like length, mass, time, temperature, etc. Jeng physical quantity hingkangkai jeng je length lokmani mass hilikda heleng time temperature current nini electricity rokno je jeng measure khaimani amono no hino physical quantity no jeng measure khlaimani. O jagao tongo example o length. Length hingkai how long. Length hingkai jengno tam bujiri hingkai busuk lo. Mass. Mass hingkai jengno bujogo how heavy. Busuk hilik. Time hingkai jengno bujogo how long something takes. Time hingkai kaisa manui ongnani thangtani o busuk somoi na. Time. Temperature. Temperature hingkai how hot or cold. Busuk kutung te busuk thanda mono je measure khlaio. Speed. Speed hingkai how fast. Busuk speed busuk fast kai nang thangui tong amono phunugo. Current. Electricity. O jagao khai jeng tam nuk hingkai how much flow of electricity. Nini nogo current thang tongmani busuk electricity busuk flow ongui tong amono o jagao bujiru. Next जों नायनाय each physical quantity has kaisa physical quantities ni bini duita parts tongnai kaisa hingkai जों tam nukha number te kaisa hingkai unit. Number hingkai जोंनो tam phunu tell how much. O jagao जोंनो sao busuk. Te unit o जोंनो saimaniwo what kind of measurement. Nang boma haimani no nang measure khlai tong amono जोंनो bujogo. Tak second hini saka kai जों tam bujinai bo time no measure khai tongo. Meter hini जों saimang kai bo nangkukmani no measure khai tongo hini sawai mano. Te kilogram kg hini saka kai जों saimano bo busu hilik amono se measure khlai tongo. Amo haino example nini thaniwo kaisa rod tongo sorni rod bini nangkukmani ingkha length 5 meter. Ngai 5 hingkai number ngai m by ke जों tamo meter ngai a meter no no जों unit hinai. Next, what is a unit? Unit tamo जों tebo kaham-ke bujinani thangnai. Unit tamo. A unit is a fixed standard quantity chosen to measure quantities of the same kind. Kaisa manui no जों measure khainani bagai tasing je ang no sai thangka je bomo hai manui no nang bomo hai unit by nang measure khai tong amono no hino unit. जों sana thangkai example oro naidi length no जों measure tambai khainai meter, mass no जों tam measure khainai kilogram, time no जों tambai measure khainai second. Amono bujina rakdi. So when we say 5 meter, we mean the object is 5 times longer than our chosen standard 1 meter. Amongka physics ni language je kaisa standard borok snamjak tongo meter hingkai length 1 meter o calculate every time bo ongnai. Hingkai o jagao 5 times longer hini so 5 meter no 1 meter by into khaika hingkai 5 times longer hini so 5 meters no. Amo physics ni language amo norok teba aste aste bujinai. Why do we need units? जों tangai unit nang hini o jagao जोंनो sao जों tangai unit nahanai. Tamgai जों number by simino जों measure khaimano tangai unit nangba amo hai. Imagine measuring the same distance nang wansugui naidi nang kaisa classroom o tongo a jagao table kaisa tongo a table no nang sui naikha measurement tape kita by nang aro centimeter by sui naikha. Ngai kaisa table centimeter by sui naikha ngai busuk centimeter angkha 1000 centimeter nang mangkha. Te khoroksa borok bo phai a table no suka bokhai tam by suka meter by suka. Ngai o meter tamangkha bo busuk mangkha 10 meter mangkha. Te khoroksa phai bo a table no bo suka bo measure khlainai mani bokhai tam by measure khaika kilometer by. Ngai kilometer by measure khaiye bo busuk mangkha 0.01 kilometer bo mangkha. Ngai oro sana thanga angkai nangkai mangkha 1000 centimeter te khoroksa mangkha 10 meter te khoroksa mangkha 0.01 kilometer. Ngai bomo thik oro number to juda juda. Ngangkai sana thangkai omo jotono thik hini so all are correct. Jotono correct. Without common units it become confusing. जों kaisa unit riwi riya khai kaisa unit nang centimeter by the sunani meter by the sunani kilometer by the sunani omo hai kaisa unit snamui riya angkai tamungnai confused angnai borok ni thaniwo. Tabungni ni India ni numbers no nang sapuro nang America o khai sei tongkha kilometer by nang India o khai sei tongkha meter by. Angkai thing no amono convert khaimano haifano phatcha amono bujimani angui thango confused angui thango te khoroksa country sai tongkha centimeter by te khoroksa country sai tongkha millimeter by amo haingkangkai confused angnai a confused ta ongthungni bagui physics kaisa borok meeting khlai standard system of unit snamai rikha joto worldwide joto world tono tam khainai kaisa meter khai meter use khainai centimeter khai centimeter use khainai kilometer khai kilometer use khainai amo haikei sawi rikha jate kaisa tei kaisa country by country measure khlalai pro confused ta ongthungni bagui जों नायनाय o jagao types of unit units ni tam types dong there are most basic unit need to measure simply physical quantities junguro nukha basic units chini main haike ba fundamental haike ba je common measure khlainani units jungno jaga phunugiri kha tamo example nanya thangkai quantity quantity o angkai jeng tam mangkha length unit hingkai o length ni unit hingkai tamo meter by jeng joto world tono jeng o unit no use ma khainai kaisa te kaisa conversation onglaikhai length no jeng measure khainai tamo by meter by unit hingkai meter bini symbol hingkai jeng tam singnai small m amo haikai quantity o jeng tabuk tam nalainai mass hilikmani mass bini unit hingkai tamungnai kilogram symbol hingkai kg time ni unit hingkai tamungnai second by jeng measure khlalainai symbol hingkai tamo s amo haikeno electric current ni unit tamungnai ampere symbol hingkai a hungnai temperature ni unit hingkai jeng tam by calculate khainai kelvin symbol hingkai k hungnai amount of substance omono jeng bwskango bujirinai nongno omo tamno saka amount of substance hingkai mole jeng unit hingkai jeng tam by measure khainai mole symbol hingkai mol hungnai mol luminous intensity no jeng unit tam mangkha candela symbol hingkai cd omono jeng te bwskango kaham kai bujilainai norok just mono muito narak di jekono calculation khainani thangka hingkai jeng o unit te o symbol no tui jeng calculation ma khainai junguro nukha what is mole o mole tamo jeng sana thangkai mole kaisa particles like atoms molecules ions are present in a material very tiny hinisho mole hingkai omo hai je nobani slaipano chikon amo hai manai no jeng kaisa goni oi jeng measure khlaimanya like a bisingono atoms molecules tongo ions tongo omo hai nge amoro belai ke chikon nge a chikon ni bagui borokno kaisa huge amount to kaisa kotor amount to borokno 1 mole snamjakha 1 mole is equal to 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 particles. Omo haiki snamjakha. Omo norok just muito narak di olo chungte banailainai. Tabuk te kaisa tongo kaisa angkai mole norok bujikhana chikon ni slide tebo chikon manui no chung measure khlainani bagui te kaisa angkai tongo luminous intensity tamo angkai luminous intensity tell us how bright a light is in a particular direction. Nung nini light, nini nogo tongmani bulb, tube light phanongkha, lamp phanongkha, haike candle, mom phanongkha. Amoni je light busuk brightness, busuk light cover khaito, busuk haksalok a light thangto. Amono measure khaimani no hino luminous intensity. Easy to remember. Norokni bagai easy khai ang khlai rika tamo luminous ni bini meaning kai tamo giving light jungno rimani ba manmani intensity hingkai tamo how strong or bright it is intensity hingkai tamo ro jungno saka o je light bo busuk brightness to mane busuk poriskar khai nuk ba busuk haksalo ba busuk kusung khai nuk amono intensity o bini meaning intensity ni meaning how strong or bright it is luminous intensity amono no hino brightness of light in one direction or one area kaisa jagao busuk bright khai light jungui tong amono bujogo जों example नायनो थाङाखाय वानसुगै नायदि you have a candle and a tube light nini yago kaisa candle tongo kaisa tube light tongo haikaba LED bulb nang rom tongdi oro tamin saka the candle gives a small soft light its luminous intensity is low जों साना थाङा candle bo bisi power rimeya bisi brightness rimeya bini light इंगाय belai small amsuk jagano cover khaimiya te soft light asuk light chungya hini shawo aboni bagai bini luminous intensity इंगाय belai kom ngai bini brightness belai kom the tube light gives a strong brighter light its luminous intensity is higher जों tube light haike LED bulb ni जों light naikhankai naidi bo belai strong hini shaw bo belai ke brightness light do hini shaw belai kuchung hini shaw aboni bagai luminous intensity bini higher mane bini brightness high hini shaw next जों नायलायनाय tasing je जों nukha these seven are called fundamental quantities their units are called base unit जों tasing nukha o jagao length mass time electric current temperature amount of substance luminous intensity omo 7 ta tongmani omo fundamental quantities hino omo no main hini so fundamental quantities their units are called base unit omo no जों base unit bu hini mano fundamental quantities bo hini mano next nailai जों tabung nailai details of derived unit tam no hin जों tasingo nukha base unit to tam जों nukha o jagao length mass time electric current temperature amount of substance luminous intensity omoro hingkai base unit to khobjago tabo hingkai derived unit hingkai omono no hino romdi duita base unit no naharei ta example romdi time and distance time by distance no naharei bini result mamani amono hino derived quantities use khayei जों derived unit tiklaimani hini show base unit duita ba tinta omo haino use khayei जों derived unit tiklayo जों o jaga porinai some quantities are not basic or base unit like length or time they are made from two or more base quantities oro time hinsaka oro saka joto quantities basic bungya base unit bungya fundamental bungya length te time omorok hingkai base unit ok khobjago te je base unit omo romdi length te time no naharei 2 yakhai more than 2 amo hai base quantity no naharei je snamani these are called derived quantities and their units are called derived units omono hino जों derived unit जों next tebo norok bujinai kaham kaiye aste aste जोंरो tabuk naina thanga gai derived unit some quantities are made up of combination of base quantities tang naina thanga gai baksa amo hai quantities tongo derived unit ba derived quantities namna thangpro base unit tini distance time meter second omo hai rokno जों use khayo tangi use khai speed ba amo hai ke force ni bini calculation tiklainani bagai okay omono no hino derived unit example tongo jagao जों speed no tiklainani thangka hingkai जों distance by time no divide ma khainai amo hai kino o distance no meter wngkha time no second wngkha amo hai kai o jagao calculation naidi equation no sijak tongo speed is equal to distance by time speed no nang tiklaina bagai distance by time no jesakai pano divide ma khainai te o jagao naidi mo ngai short form by sijak tongo speed ni symbol te distance ni symbol te time ni symbol omo haike bo जों sui mano relationship between units sana thanga kai naidi relationship between units जों speed tiklaina thanga kai जों equation no to जों tam nukha mathematics ni calculation ba ama hai equation no जों nukha kai जों speed tiklaina thanga kai distance by time no जों divide ma khayo ngai o distance no meter or time no second almost same no ekta khai equation no ngai speed distance and time ama hai ke sijak tongo ngai o jagao meter and second ba m plus s ama hai ke जों sui mano जों next naina thanga kai what is an equation जों ro nukha equation tamo equation is a mathematical formula equation amno no hino je जों physics ni value physics ni result tiklainani bagai जों mathematics ni formula no use khayo tangai ingkai physics ni kaisa result manani thangka ingkai nang kok ba ingkai accurate mayang nai kintu mathematical bini numbers ba ingkai जों tamo accurate man thangnai tak example naina thangkai speed ni जों tasimo nailekha speed ni equation ingkai tamungnai speed is equal to distance by time speed is equal to distance by time. These equations tell you that you find the speed of an object. You always divide the distance it traveled by the time it took. Tagor jagaw tam hin saka nang salbrum brum nang o equation no nang muito ma khainai nang speed tikhlaina ni bagai speed tikhlaina ni bagai nang salbrum brum ta ma khainai divide ma khainai distance no nang divide ma khainai tam by time by hinisho. Naidi ama haikino tekaisa tongo force phan o phan no जों calculation khainani bagai naidi bini equation m into a m by ngi tam thangka mass a by tam thangka acceleration ama haike tagoro naidi these equations Newton's second law tell you how much force is need to move a certain mass with a certain acceleration. Tanga jaga force kaisa force जों manani thangka phan busuk nang amo manani thangka जों mass bini busuk heavy the acceleration nang busuk bono jori tong amono जों into ma khainai into khaikangkai force जों manai thangnai phan busuk na amo जों te busngo kahamke bujilainai norok just ang nongno short kai easy khai ang nongno phurungui tlangai thang tongo tabung nailainai example of speed ni example naina thangkai the equations for speed is speed ni equation speed mane fast busuk fast speed ni equation naina thangkai speed distance by time distance no time by divide ma khainai ama haikino nainai di o speed ni no relationship between units o jaga o meter per second meter by second ama haike जों meter per second chini speed no जों calculation khainani thangkai distance no ngai tam refer khaika unit tamungkha meter time ni unit tamungkha second ama haike speed ni unit ngai meter per second ama hai bono जों m/s ama haike bo जों srimano example of force tabo force pharni जों equation naikhangkai naidi force is equal to mass into acceleration. Force जों tikhlainani bagai phan busuk nang tikhlainani bagai जों puila tama khainai busuk heavy amono जों manainai te amono into ma khainai tam by acceleration nang asuk heavy no nang busuk joriwi tong amo haiki nang asuk heavy no busuk joriwi tong amono जों into khaikangkai chini yago force phan okorei phainai जों o jagao no khakai the relationship between units is nadio jagao Newton amono जों symbol by bo simano n aboni pore kilogram kg into meter per second square m/s square amo haike bo जों simano o jaga force ni unit no khai borok tam saka Newton no जों symbol by tam sainai budike sinai n amo haike mass ni unit ngai tamungnai kilogram no जों budike sinai kg acceleration ni bini unit ngai tamo m/s square amono जों meter per second square bo hino amo ngai example of force जों tabung naina thangkai naidi force ngai mass into acceleration no जों into khainai amono no जों teusha amo haike bo simano kg dot amo dot phano tolabia sakawasi m/s square ngai Newton force जों manai thangnai hini show bahike equation no ngai जों tamo nukha force mass into acceleration amono जों f is equal to ma bo simano tegaisa जों amo haike bo relationship between units ngai muti haike bo जों simano kg dot m/s square ngai जों taman thanai Newton ba n amono no hino force जों amo hai man thangnai tangi kg dot m/s square kai sijaka amo जों busango nailainai naidi o jaga o Newton's second law of motion Newton's ni second law of motion tamo ngai abono force ngai o jaga o mass into acceleration now mass is measured in kilogram kg mass busu hilik जों amono bo jaga o calculate khalalai kg o amo haike acceleration nang busu juriwi tong is measured in meter per second square m/s square amono जों amo haike use khayo Tangnai di dot. Dot nai di, it is not multiplication in the normal sense. It just shows times or multiplied by in scientific writing. जों dot kaisa normal sense o jagao जोंनो रिwo abo hingkai जों oro tolaon porikhai जों manthaknai kg dot m slash s square means kilogram into meter divided by second square. Omo haikei mono sbaika hingkai omo haikai manthaknai. O je dot bo multiplication no bo phunugo jagao. Naidioro timing saka the dot keeps the unit neat and clean. जों dot no tangai use khlai o into ni jagao tangai hingkai tikisa naithoknani bagui easy ta wngthungni bagui जों dot no use khaio neat and clean wngmani bagui bujikhada tabo next जों thanglai you can also write जों omo haike bo simano kg into m slash s square same meaning omo haike जों suibo same meaning no phaio tekisa hanggai tamo जों force karinani bagui omo haike bo suimano kg multiply m by s square nadi जों force decline bagui kg dot m slash s square no amo haike siawoi omo haike bo जों suimano boma haike kg into m s square newton hanggai tamo force जों omo haike bo जों suimano जों next nalainai energy bo kaisa derived unit no khobjago tangai hingke bo force tei distance no use khlaio force tei distance no use khlaio naidi a force by distance no जों omo haike bo suimano n dot m hingkai जों tamo energy no joule o convert khaika unit energy ni unit hingkai joule je amo hai equation no जों naina thangkai naidi work is equal to force into distance जों omo haike bini formula equation जों mannai जों amano short form by naidi symbol by bo simano work hingkai w is equal to fd force distance omo haike bo जों suimano relations between units जों oro naina thangakai naidi n dot m is equal to joule j bini symbol hingkai j o joule no o work ni unit te amo haikei o n hingkai force ni unit te m hingkai distance ni unit जों o jaga naidi o jaga tikja kaham-kaham bujiri rikha force hingkai newton no khobjago bini symbol hingkai to n into meter distance hingkai meter no use hungo distance hingkai meter use hungo o je dot hingkai bo into o hingkha hingkai de joule hingkai work o work ni unit joule ni borok swnamui rikha bini symbol hingkai tamungnai j bini symbol hingkai j hingnai these are called derived quantities and their units are derived unit omorok wngkha tamo derived quantity hingkai omorok ni je जों use khaio derived unit no जों use khaio so derived unit come from base unit जों sana thangakai derived unit bo base unit ni phaio tangai hingkai derived unit no nang tikhlainani bagui base unit ni 2 hayakaba more than 2 जों use ma khlaio dagrom di jaga force and distance no जों use ma khaika of force bo kaisa base unit distance bo base unit haipano work nini energy nini derived unit no tikhlainani bagui o duita no जों use ma khaika aboni bagui omorok tamungkha energy force speed omorok wngkha derived unit जों example of base unit and derived unit naidio jagao base unit by derived unit ni bini differentiate base unit hingkha o jagao naidi puilao tongo length mass time etc omorok hingkai base unit o length no tikhlainani bagui जों te kono calculation khaina nangya mass no tikhlaina bagui bo जों kono calculation khaina nangya time no जों tikhlaina bagui bo जों calculation khaina nangya haifano derived unit no जों tikhlainani bagui जों o base unit chini distance meter time second omorok no जों use ma khaio aboni bagui omorok hingkai derived unit hingkha speed hingkai distance tei time omo naidi distance bo meter no o distance no जों meter hino o time no जों second hino omo haike जों calculation khlaiboro suyo is equal to m slash s omo haike bo जों simano force ni naidi mass into acceleration bini unit hingkai tamungnai kg dot m s square is equal to Newton. So force mannai thangnai. Omohai bini base unit and derived unit. So ngoro nailainai what is a system of unit? System of units tamo. A system of units is a complete set of base and derived unit to measure all physical quantities. A system of units is like a rule book that tells us which unit we should use for different measurement. Tungno jagao saka system of units. System of units so जों नुखा जे kaisa base unit tongo kaisa derived unit tongo. Base unit by derived unit no जों जे physical quantities tiklainani bagui use khayo ba bini kaisa set tongo o base unit ni bo set tongo derived unit ni bo set tongo a complete set no hino tamo system of units. जों साना थांगाय system of units amo kaisa rule book hai. Kaisa rule book hai a system of units no sajak tongo nang length no measure khainani thangkangkai nang meter use ma khainai nang time no measurement khaina thangkangkai nang second no use ma khainai amo haikei rules namjak tongo a rules no hino system of units haikeba SI system international system of units je joto world no norok a system no follow ma khainai ini kaisa system snamai rijaka जों example naina thanghakai जों jefru length no measure khlainani bagui thangkangkai जों meter haikeba centimeter no जों use khayo जों jefru mass busu hilik ba heleng amno measure khainani thangkangkai जों tamno use khai kilogram gram amo haike no time no जों measure khaina thangkangkai जों tamo use khainai second haike ba minutes amo haike जों example just no simple kai phonogui rimani जों nailekha 1.1 introduction part o जों tamo simple learning ang tesa haino hainongno sawi khnarinai when we measure something we compare it with a fixed standard called a unit जों kaisa manui no measure khainani thangkangkai measure khai je number no जों standard unit by जों multiply haikeba compare khlaio afro hingkai जों ta man thangnai standard amo haike जों measure khaio every measurement has two parts a number and a unit joto measurement no kaisa kai number ma tongnai kaisa kai unit ma tongnai for example 5 meter means 5 times the standard meter जों sana thangkai nini yago 5 meters tongkhangkai a je meter standard meter hingkai busuk 1 meter no 5 by into ma khainai hingkai busuk phainai 5 times 5 times more wngthangnai hingkai busuk phainai 5 meters amongka physics ni language some quantities like length mass and time have their own base unit we call them fundamental unit borok ni naidi nini length mass time borok gai single borok no tikhlainani bagi land no tikhlainani bagi kuno use khaina nangya mass tikhlainani bagi bo kuno use khaina nangya time tikhlainani bagi bo kuno use khaina nangya borok wngkha base unit borok no जों fundamental units bo hinui mano ama haike no tekaisa tongo other units like speed area are made from this base unit we call them derived unit जों tekaisa tongo tamo speed haike ba area ni जों calculation khai answer tikhlainani thangkangkai जों length mass time omo haije base unit o je tongmani amno जों use ma khayo o speed area amo hai force rok जों tikhlaina thangkangkai ke aboni bagai nang je a base unit no use khaimani bagai bumung rikha tamo derived unit amno hino derived unit okay ha khlaio norok buji khana hinai dinini class amsung nang sinai next to ang tebo nong no bujirinan bagi easy video ang tubui phainai norok nai tongdi joyatoi hambai